Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And once we get connected with our other network, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focus into the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information for yourself to become very clear with the practice we do here, and at the same time, gain a very clear understanding for yourself to develop that your inner wisdom regarding the path of meditation. Because once you have the clarity inside you regarding whatever you practice, your effort, and at the same time energy, your awareness going to become more sharp and clear and very easy to maintain, very easy to develop. So when it comes to meditation, it's mainly focus about the mind. So when it comes to mind, in the Western world, the most of time it's talk about the brain. But in the East, especially when it comes to this Buddha's teaching, mind doesn't mean only the thoughts. It's deeper body and mind and the brain, this everything interconnected. And at the same time, the very process of our moment by moment experience itself is related to the mind. So the form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, this all interconnected with the mind. And when it comes to meditation, you can develop it in many ways. So one is kind of like this logical, analytical understanding we develop with our brain in this conventional life. So you can use it the same way to develop your meditation. And other one is your heart with the emotions, reasoning, and the feelings, this part of it. So you can develop that also to gain some awareness. So when it comes to meditation, we bring this both. And another way, the meditation is kind of like a developing art. So you have to know this practice of this art. And when it comes to that, if you look very carefully, any art, one of the major important quality that you have to have, it's give the openness. So just imagine you are a painter. And you have the brush, you have the canvas, you have the paint, colors. So you are not bound to, you are not conditioned to anything, but you are capable to become free and use that everything to bring whatever the art out of. It's a moment by moment by moment by process. You are interfering, opening to newness. Through that newness, you bring the creativity. And when in that very moment, you are unlimited. So the same principle when it comes to meditation. Your silence is kind of like a canvas. And the awareness is kind of like a brush. Attention. And the sensation or the feelings are kind of like colors. But in day-to-day life, when the feelings arise, with the perception arise, we condition it rather than opening it. We condition. So that conditioned mind govern our life, and that is where the thoughts manipulated out of the ideas. So then thought has no power to go beyond your conceptual mind. So it makes you more limited, close, covered, again and again, again and again. And sometimes we say, oh, good feelings, bad feelings. I like this, I hate this. So we condition with things. But when it comes to meditation, you open to that feelings without condition. So another way that when you develop this art, you have to have ability to bring this all together and allowing that everything to unfold as it is. But we are seeing and recognizing and accepting it. So in that way, you are become more kind of like flexible with moment by moment. And that is where you can come out of concept to reality. Because the concept deeper inside us already develop your world. But in this very moment, the newness, not limited to that your concept, but you don't see that. So meditation is the moment that it's kind of like you opening unconditionally. So when it comes to that, the very first the quality that you have to develop to see, it's kind of like a notice, recognize what's happening, what's going on with the moment, within your own self-experience, within your feelings. So remember, the silence is like the canvas. So then you have to bring the deeper silence. So in that way, verbally you become silence, and at the same time, this inner chattering, you shut down. This inner voice. So that also part of the silence. And the awareness. So that is the brush. It has a freedom to move to any direction, but you make it very disciplined. Conscious, with the conscious interference, moment by moment. And the feelings. So when it comes to feelings, it's like colors. So just imagine when it comes to colors, red, white, blue, green. So kind of like just imagine in front of you, there are some colors you want to make a paint. You are not struggling to change the red, the very nature of it, or the white, or the green. But in case, just imagine if you want to get a different color, what you do, you mix it. Rather than resisting, rejecting, you use it. But when you use it, you kind of like accept it. You are opening to it. So same like the feelings. So when you observe the feelings, don't don't try to reject it there. Don't try to resist there. In that way, you allowing it to happen, but you are not going to become limited to that feelings. So that is where you deeply develop this art of practice. And once you know that, it's kind of like you develop a science. So now you have the art to develop it, and then at the same time you know the science. So it's kind of like bringing the heart and mind. You bringing the art and science together. So in that way, You recognize, you understand the very nature of the quality of relationship. Because once you know this quality of relationship, and you recognize the most of time, so whatever the connection, this openness, block or reject or resist because of the fear, not knowingly each other. When you exactly know the other part, it's very easy to open. But the thing is, why we can't recognize that? Because we have no very clear mind to see that. So when the mind bound with the ideas or the concept, and we just go with it. But here now you start to notice. So when you notice what happens, you bring all the thoughts together and put it to one place. In tranquility meditation, that is what we do. When you tranquilize deeply within your feelings rather than resisting it, you are capable to go more deeper inside to your mind. So when you go deeper into your mind, what happens? You start to discover very beautiful science. So that science is the called art of rhythm. If you look very carefully, the breathing, observing inhalation, exhalation, when you don't interfere with that, you recognize the very rhythm of inhalation, exhalation. And when you observe deeply the feelings, you start to recognize the rhythm of the feelings. And when you are not interfering to thoughts, and once you start to see the thoughts, you start to recognize the very rhythm of the thoughts. When you observe and without interfering recognize your emotions, you start to see the very rhythm of the emotions. And the body, entire body, it's a kind of like it has some kind of vibration. When you observe, you start to recognize the very rhythm of this body. And the mind the same way, you start to recognize the very rhythm of the mind. And once you see this all, deeply you start to discover the very rhythm of life. And once you recognize, once you see this rhythm of life, what happens? You start to void from the effortful living. So in day-to-day life, in the conventional world, we always put the effort to live. But here that recognizing, discovering this inner rhythm doesn't mean you get out of this conventional life, no, but deeper inside your mind. Projecting, creating, visualizing, dreaming, that you always build up this life, this world inside you. So there is a deeper, you put so much effort on it, not to the outside world, but to think. But now what happens? You connect it to this rhythm of life, and from effortful life to you start to transform to effortless life. So effortless life means you tune to the rhythm of life and be with it. To be with that, the one of the major quality you have to be open. But most of time, it's very difficult for us. So observing inhalation, exhalation, observing the sensation in the very first level, it's a kind of like a creating a platform for you. So in day-to-day life, just recognize yourself. It's a very little thing. Even opening to your own feelings, sensation, rather than closing it, opening to something that whatever you see, or opening to somebody, opening to some information, is a little thing maybe. It doesn't take much time. But that small thing give the power to very large transformation. Just imagine the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. Very simple, very little thing, smaller thing. Just bringing your attention and observing and recognizing it. Give the entrance to deeper universal wisdom. But most of time we have this nature, these small things we neglect. So it's a kind of like a pattern we develop. We like to talk about awareness. We like to talk about attention. We like to talk about wisdom. We like to talk about recognition. But we don't care about the very small sensation. So then what happened? We caught up with ideas, thoughts. But without the sensation, if you caught up, if you go with the idea, and you are in a different world. So as example, it like this. So when you hear this bell sound, the sensation is it brings the sound. But when you hear, right away, your preconditioned mind bring it the bell sound. When you come with the idea of bell sound, you're not going to hear the sound. Sound, just sound. There is no bell. So whatever that's there, shoulder pain, there is, deeply, there is no such a thing called shoulder. Which part you can get as the shoulder? Though maybe the whole area, or then you have a left and right. So then when there is a shoulder pain, you're not going to, you're not mentioning, I have left shoulder pain. You say shoulder pain. And maybe back pain. So which part is the back that you mean? Maybe no, it is not the back, head to toes, there is a back. And when you say back pain, not that whole this head to toes, that entire your back going to hurt you. You're not hurting like that. Maybe some part of you, your body. So the very reason is you have no ability to track this very little sensation. Your mind is not sharp to get it. So because of that, what happens, you get the help out of the name, and you clinging to that. So like that, if you look very carefully, all the things most of time, that whatever in that very format is not that much bigger, but the idea we hold about it may be so big and strong. So what happens once you bring the ability to tune to the art of rhythm, the rhythm of life, you are capable to track and recognize these small things. When you recognize these smaller things, that what happens, that bigger ideas start to disappear. So then in that way, your mind become more sharp and clear. Slowly this concept will disappear, experience going to become more clear. That's where another way you uncover the clarity. So it is a part of the ability, it's a ability of your mind. So then always remember and develop it little by little, and bring the attention and slow down and keep the awareness, and with open mind. So in that way, whatever you see, the very little thing, don't look for a big thing, very little thing. Again and again, maybe it will disappear, focus to that. Sensation with little thing, feeling maybe little thing, one thought maybe little thing. It may disappear again and again, keep focus to that. Don't be hurry. And with the total openness and willing to accept the very next moment, without bringing your preconditioned mind to your foreground. And you have ability to see. And once you have that ability, in that very moment, you start to get a little shift from your inner world that you always carry in your head. That little shift, that little change that you create inside you, take you to the very next moment. Look at the world. Today we experience something more bigger, more advanced level of things, like when it comes to light. From the beginning, when they discovered it, it was not like this. And then overnight, it didn't come to this level. Look at your computer, look at your cell phone, look at your iPad. So it didn't come overnight to this level. It went through version by version by version. And what happened when it go through the process, and even it is not came out of only by one person. This is very important. So we get this worldly lesson to our inside. So be with me. So when you look around you, whatever you experience today, from the beginning, it was not like that advanced level. But in this journey, little by little, people contribute to upgrade this all to this level. So different people, not one person. So today we are experiencing this all to this level, and maybe tomorrow somebody else come and it will bring. So today we are experiencing like this through the screen, and maybe in the future we may appear more clear way, more different way online. Things will happen. So the same thing with your mind also every day. Only thing is that little bit you have to look into yourself and see that little bit you contribute yourself to upgrade. Because tomorrow you're going to have a different version of you. So if you contribute yourself to upgrade your level, then tomorrow going to become more advanced level of you. So otherwise, what will happen to you? You may go back to the past. So then it is your responsibility. When you contribute something, one of the major quality that you have to have, awareness. Because with unawareness, when you contribute something, it's kind of like it become like an improfitable skill. And you have to spend some extra time to fix that. But when you contribute yourself to your own life with awareness, tomorrow you will get out of the doubt, and it become more clear for you, and it gives the confidence to yourself, and you have more clarity, and that way you are capable to move forward in better shape. So don't try to change overnight. Once you sit for meditation, don't try to the very next moment you're going to attain to enlightenment. No. Very small thing, that's enough. 10, 20 minutes, very small sensation. Catch that one sensation. And when the thoughts go, you recognize thought and you bring it back and be with it. And in that way, without pushing too hard and without having any kind of discomfort in you, you just merge with the rhythm of life with kind of like a very comfortable way. That is what practice. That is what meditation, one part of meditation. So this is not a kind of like you have to practice kind of like giving very hard time and pushing too much yourself. It's a kind of like you feel very uncomfortable out of practice. No, don't do that. Because you can't go deeper into yourself and find the rhythm of your mind, your thoughts, your life in that way. You can't find it. It go into different path. So that's why more and more bring the awareness, clarity, attention with the calmness just by noticing two very simple things. And when you have that awareness, keep that total open mind. Don't have any fear. Don't be biased to any ideas. Don't have any resistance to your feelings. Knowingly, this is your life, this is you, and you accept it. Only thing is, you put the attention what is happening right now, right here. And step by step, moment by moment, you continue. So in that way, one step at a time, that a small step, not a bigger jump, small step. Make it more clear, sharp. Put your total attention and develop it. So in that way, you will find some kind of inner clarity with the practice. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. So be comfortable with your posture. Bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalations. So if it is possible, don't move your body. Just put your attention to in front of your nose and find the sensation, follow it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. Your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, develop the light. Without any condition, without any resistance, without any judgment. Send it as far as you can. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Nudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addhaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.